All right, welcome to the Unit 1 Psychology Test Review. Very simple test. It's really only going to be 10 questions, just kind of getting our feet wet here in psychology. So let's go through some of the topics that you're going to find on your test. Okay, so Abraham Maslow and his hierarchy of needs. Um, this is all about having established food, shelter, and clothing before you can ever get up to like emotional learning in the highest part of his hierarchy. All right, so you need to know that's Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Secondly, what is a hypothesis? And psychologists, of course, are working within the scientific method. And so, a hypothesis is something that it's a proposed explanation, and it's something that's testable. So it's a hypothesis, something that you're proposing. This is what I think is going to happen, and it has to be something that you can also test. That's very important. What does it take to teach psychology in high school? You actually only need a bachelor's degree to teach psychology in high school, although obviously to be a psychologist, you would need a PhD. But just teaching it 4 years will do you. What is naturalistic observation? That's when you're out there and observing behavior, like Jane Goodall. We talked about her and apes and chimpanzees and stuff. Observing behavior in individuals in their natural environment. That is naturalistic observation. It's right there in the word. It's pretty easy. Watch the video on Milgram's experiment. Remember that these people thought they were shocking and possibly even killing folks. About two-thirds of them were willing to give lethal dosages of electricity to the other test subjects. Remember that it wasn't very ethical, and it's very probable that many of the people left without ever being told that what they did wasn't real. So keep that in mind as well. Um, excuse me. Archival research. Basically, that's just research that you're taking existing records, things that have happened in the past, and you're building on that, and that you're going to use that to try to help answer a research question. That's called archival research. Also surveys, of course, is it could be paper, it could be electronic, but basically you're just going to it's just a list of questions that researchers are giving out. They're administrating. All right, they want answers to these questions, and that's what a survey is. You guys know what surveys are. Um, and then when psychologists go about creating studies, whether it's the Stanford prison experiment, Milgram study, it has to be voluntary. You can't force this on people. It's unethical. So these studies need to be voluntary. Really, guys, that's it. We're not going super deep. It's intro level class, and this first part we're just kind of getting our feet wet with what psychology is and some of the basic ideas of it. So you should be good for your test. Just watch this and write some stuff down a couple times, and I think you'll be just fine. Thank you, guys.